You may sing the song again?
Yeah.
Oh, get ready. Here we go. I forgot it.
Oh, get ready, everybody. Here we go. Welcome to the fun. It's the Big Mouse Show. Step right up. Let me tell you what's the scoop. Jamie, Carter, Sam. Welcome to our crew. Magic in the air. Gonna raise the sound. Mensa active games where the smiles abound. Disney dreams alive. Oh, we're on a quest. With our family vibes, we're truly blessed. From the rankings to the laughs, it's the ultimate ride. In the Big Mouse House, let's enjoy the vibe. In the Big Mouse House, we're living the dream. With games and laughs.
Welcome back to the Big Mouse House. I am your host, Carter, joined by the Big Mouse himself.
I wish you could see the smile and the smirk on his face as he says, I'm your host,
Loving
Carter.
it. Loving it. All this baby's dreams are coming true today.
Chrissy, how are you? Big Rodent? Big Row?
Big Row. That's cuter. I need a hat. The Row.
The Row.
No, the rodent.
But like,
I know.
it's a double entendre.
R-E-A-U-X, row.
Oh,
There we go.
Cute. I'm well. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Good.
You know, the Big Mouse House, up until this point, has been a family podcast.
And it still is.
Well, we've
But
had
we
a few
have branched
people.
outside of the family for this episode.
Well, I thought we were all family.
We are joined by Jonathan.
What?
Jonathan, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Glad to be here.
The son I
He's
never
glad
had.
to be- Oh, gosh.
You wouldn't believe how many times he said that
I
about
know.
people.
We laugh, but I think it's true.
Anyway.
Can we claim you on our taxes this year, please? Okay.
As you all know, the Big Mouse, the Row, went on a trip a few weeks ago. Tagging along with them was not Carter, not Jackson, not their children, but Jonathan.
That's right.
Well, kind of his children. Like,
Look, let me just go and get this out the way. It started off as a joke. We were at church, and Jonathan is a big fan, probably the biggest fan of the pod. Follows us, loves Disney, eat up with the same things as I am, Legos, and just having a good time in Disney World and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so we walked into church. I was kind of flexing a little bit, and I saw Jonathan. I was like, hey, bud. I said, guess where we're going in 2 days? He was like, where? I said, we're going back to Disney World. He just like stared at me. I said, you want to go? He was like, yeah, I want to go. And it started off as a joke, and Chrissy was like, well, go ask your mom. And it just blew up from there. Mom and dad said yes. Next thing you know, 2 days later, Jonathan is in Baymax, headed to Orlando.
well, let's be very clear. Jonathan's mom did not quickly say yes. Jonathan asked. She said no. He asked again. She said, that would be the only thing you get for Christmas. He said, I don't care. That sounds good to me. She said no.
Because he knew that wasn't true.
I know. And then she said, you can go if you pay for it. And he looks at her and he says, okay. And poor Deanna did not have another leg to stand on. So she went the jugular and said, you have to ask your dad. So that's where we left him that night. Not very hopeful that he was going to get to come because
It was a lot of last
Jonathan, how did that conversation go with your dad?
I thought it was going to go terribly. Like, I thought he was just going to straight up say, nope, you're not going. But he surprisingly said yes after talking with mom. And they kind of talked that night. And then I went and left it alone that night and then kind of brought it back up the next day. And they're like, well, we talked about it. And like, we're not happy about it, but like, we want you to experience that. And it would be a fun trip for you to go on. And so they did let me go, and it was a very fun trip.
I did not like his parents until that time. No, I was kidding. No, they're very good friends of ours and obviously trusted us, I guess, with their little bebe.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
He called us the next night because, matter of fact, we were going somewhere, and Jamie's like, I guess Jonathan's not going to be able to go. Like, I haven't heard from him. I hadn't heard from Jared. And I said, well, Deanna was not very thrilled about the idea, but he called that night.
And the rest is history.
The rest is history.
How did it feel when you finally got that yes? Like, you can go.
It was like so exciting for me because I've only been to Disney one other time other than this time. I knew we weren't going to go to all 4 parks this time. I knew it was kind of going to be like a learning thing and just go around and seeing different things. But I was still very excited just to go and be just around the Disney atmosphere and just be there.
We were very upfront with them, like, hey, like, at the time, your friend over here, the Big Mouse, thought we weren't going to a Disney park. But we had the other things on our agenda. And so we just told him, like, hey, like, we may not be doing a whole lot of Disney. We've got a lot of other things going on. And so, but he was game. And then we went to Disney, of course.
Well, this is going to be not a full recap episode, but I think we're going to hit some highlights today, all leading up to what has been highly anticipated hearing about at the end of this episode. So make sure you stick around because you do not want to miss it. One thing you guys didn't do that I'm not a fan of is you did not fly.
Mrs. Mouse didn't even know that we were kind of planning this. It was kind of a surprise for her anniversary. And when we were kind of negotiating and trying to figure everything out, it was kind of in the middle of the government shutdown. I was anticipating that it would be over by the point that we went in December, and it was, but there was just too many variables that were kind of up in the air, and prices were really expensive to fly out of where we live in Louisiana. So we just kind of decided to bite the bullet and drive this time. It wasn't the end of the world. I wouldn't say I enjoyed it. It's the process of flying has turned into a multi-hour ordeal in itself. But this time, this is the way the cards fell, and I don't regret it. We had a good time. We always get to stop by some different places and hit Buc-ee's, and that's always a fun time. So, Jonathan, what'd you think about the drive?
Well, I napped on the way back, so
The whole way.
it was.
The whole way?
He was responsible for keeping the driver awake, and he failed miserably.
He lasted longer than you probably did.
Absolutely, he did. That's why he was in the front
Mrs.
seat.
Mouse was so happy because she got to sit in the back seat,
Oh, it was glorious.
which means phone time and sleep time. But it wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't terrible.
What was the weather like over there?
It was kind of hit or miss. The temperature was fine. It was a little bit on the warm side, so there was no need for jackets or anything like that. We'll get into the specifics, but the first day that we were there, got there kind of on half a day, and we went ahead and went to Disney Springs. Weather was fine. Ate dinner over there. Jonathan went to the Lego store, which I'm sure we'll get into. Some other stores and just kind of tooled around. Ate at one of our favorite hamburger places, Deluxe Burger. That day it was fine. The next day we'll get into as we go, Carter. But weather was okay.
The Big Mouse was very adamant about not going to a park, but the row bore him down, and you guys ended up at a park. Which park did y'all go to?
We did. So we only had time to do one because of the other things we had on our schedule. So we opted for EPCOT because of the festival that's there.
Yeah, Festival of the Holidays.
Yeah. So we went to EPCOT.
Jonathan, Epcot fan?
I like Epcot. It's probably second or third. Third favorite.
You know,
So it's
the
in your bottom
youngsters,
half.
It depends on the ride, especially with Guardians. That's probably my favorite rides. That alone carries Epcot for me, and Three Caballeros. I love Three Caballeros.
It does.
Those two rides are.
It's like Sam's right here.
That's
It's
right.
like Sam's still here.
Sam Jr.
I heard you made a purchase, Three Caballeros related.
I did. I bought a T-shirt, like a dress shirt.
while wearing the exact same dress shirt, he buys the dress shirt. He grew out of the other one.
Yeah, we went a couple years ago, bought him. Finding Three Caballero stuff, it's really tough. But we were able to find the button-up shirt that they sell in Mexico. At that time, you were probably, 12?
Yeah, probably so.
And so we bought him his size that he needed then. And luckily enough, he went in wearing that shirt and came out with the exact same shirt, just in a much larger size.
Yeah.
It's funny how much
And no
wider
one can-
that shirt was.
And we can no longer see his belly button, so that's a bonus.
Didn't the lady say something to you
She
when
did.
you bought it?
I went to the counter and I was like, this is what I like to buy. And she's like, you want two? And I was like, yeah, this shirt I have on's a little small. And so I figured I don't come here often, so I figured I'd get a bigger size while I'm here.
The one he was wearing was much dingier than the one he was buying.
You could definitely tell it was worn. I mean, not that it looked bad, but when
Right.
you put something like that up to a new one,
Right.
you're
I
like,
respect
oh.
it.
All right, you bad boy.
Carter, we basically spent that morning in the front half of Epcot. We kind of committed not to going into World Showcase till after dinner or lunch, however you want to put that. And we were able to accomplish all the rides. Jonathan basically rope dropped to Guardians, rode that in the first, what, buddy?
It was like almost walk on. I stopped right before the first pre-show, and then that was it. I didn't stop any before that, so it was almost walk on.
Yeah. So we hit the Sorens, we hit the Seas, we hit Living with the Lamb, which was the glimmering greenhouses, which we love, had the Christmas overlay on it. Spaceship Earth,
We got to do the new test track,
got to do the
How
next
was that?
which was phenomenal.
I loved it. I
It
know.
was so good.
I think it gets a little bit of hate because the ride, the track itself has not changed, but I wasn't stressed out on this ride, and it seems like they try to not scare you, but like it's very high energy. This one was just like, hey, we're just driving through California. We're going to see some stuff. I really, really enjoyed it. I would venture to say of the three forms of test track, 1.0 being the crash test dummies, 2.0 being the design a car, 3.0 being kind of reflective.
He is so
I enjoyed
flexing right now, like he just knows all those test tracks.
I enjoyed this one the most.
Hands down the best.
Interesting. Jonathan, did you like it?
I did. I've only ridden 2.0 and 3.0. I didn't get to ride the 1.0, but I do agree this one is better than 2.0.
I'll be looking forward to riding that one.
Righteous! Righteous!
Any other highlights from Epcot?
So after we kind of cleared the front of the park, we decided to go in the back. It was lunchtime, and we scored a reservation to Le Cellier, which I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, man, you went to Le Cellier again? Yeah, we went to Le Cellier again.
And we'll do it again.
That's right. And it was Jonathan's first time, so we wanted him to be able to experience that. And when we were there, it was one of the places that hosts.
It's the candlelight processional dinner package,
Right,
kind of like they
dinner
do at
package, that's
Hollywood Studios for Fantasmic. So it's not a set menu, but a set price. And you
Right.
get like a appetizer, a main dish with a side or whatever, and then you get a dessert. And then you get preferred seating at the candlelight processional. Jamie and I did that Jonathan didn't because he was going to go ride Guardians while we were there. But I mean, he ate with us, but he didn't do the candlelight processional thing. So
Didn't spend a whole lot of time in the World Showcase, to be honest with you. We just kind of tooled around. Chris and I just kind of spent some time together in Epcot, enjoyed the festival, the holidays. And we did want to do some Christmas shopping. The Disney Character Warehouse in the Vineyard outlets. We caught the Uber over to the outlet mall where we ran in quickly and hit the Disney Character Warehouse, got some really good deals, some Christmas presents, that type of thing. If you haven't experienced that, it's a total hit or miss thing. You may hit it and it may be the best day you've ever had. You may walk in and be like, man, this place is a dump. You just never, ever know. But there's a lot of value in there. A lot of things that are kind of maybe out of season. So they had a lot of the Halloween stuff in there. But all in all, we had a good time, did some shopping. Also hit some of the shoe stores. You know, the Big Mouse is going to hit the sneaker stores. And then we loaded up all our goodies and headed back to Epcot, put all of our stuff in the lockers in the back of the port of entry, that back by the Skyliners. And then it was almost time for the dinner processional.
yeah, so it's time for us to line up for the candlelight processional. So Jonathan left us, went to Guardians to get in line. And Jamie and I went and found the line for, I guess, this quote unquote preferred seating for the candlelight processional. And it was quite the long line. We knew that it was supposed to rain that afternoon.
You never know in Florida. Yeah.
That's right. But lo and behold, while we were standing in line, here comes the rain. So we were good. We were kind of semi-prepared, had our rain jackets and things of that nature. And so stood in line for a little bit when they opened, I guess, the seating for us to go in. And as soon as we got in, we very quickly realized that where we were sitting, which was
What they call the preferred seating is not very preferred.
well, and I think the preferred seating basically just guarantees you a seat. Make note, it does not guarantee you a seat out of the elements, because we realized very quickly that while there was a covered section, our seats were not under the covered section. They were behind the covered section out in the open. And so we watched the candlelight processional in the
pouring down rain. Yeah.
Yes.
Until we couldn't take it anymore.
An important thing to note, especially for later on, is right before you guys left, the Big Mouse went to the doctor because he's been having some knee issues.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And basically they determined that he needed to have his knee replaced. But did that stop you from going to Disney?
It did not.
Absolutely not.
Never
did
does.
not.
Never does.
But we did make a concession, and I rented a scooter / bike for the day of Epcot. When we went to Epic, I didn't use it, and the last day I did not use it. But while we were tooling around Epcot, I did indeed use it, and it definitely helped me out a whole lot. Chrissy got it done, and I didn't even know it. She got tired of seeing me limp around.
Yeah, I felt sorry for him while we were at Epic Universe.
We'll talk more about that later.
Yeah.
We'll leave that right there.
We're going to let that simmer right there, but don't forget.
So the day before y'all went to Epcot, had a little bit of betrayal. A little bit
Yeah.
of,
Well,
little
we were
bit
very
of,
upfront we were going to do this.
at Tout Brute, a little bit of Judas Iscariot.
Oh, that's a little harsh.
No,
harsh.
No, Ro, where'd y'all go?
We went to Epic Universe. Jamie has been pining to go since they opened it. We've been watching videos on it. There we were. We found ourselves in a land far, far away.
Yeah, it's the first time to go to Epic, and it's another reason I was really excited that Jonathan came, because Jonathan's a huge Harry Potter fan, and I knew he would really enjoy that, because if you travel with the Big Mouse, there's nothing I enjoy more than watching people get to experience things like that for the first time. And so not only was it our first time for Mrs. Mouse and I, but to have Jonathan with us to get to experience some of the Harry Potter stuff, Super Mario World, How to Train Your Dragon, and the Dark Universe. I just really, really wanted to see it all. I wanted to see while it was new, while it was fresh, and while all the hype was there. And so we just committed to it, and we made it happen. And I don't regret it. And I know we're going to get into this a little bit, but Jonathan, what were your overall thoughts of Epic before we get into the specifics when you walked in?
When I walked in, it was just like, you see this kind of like tower-esque thing, and it has like all the different like branches of Epic Universe. So like there's a Mario coin, there's like a Harry Potter coin, and just walking in, you don't see much because it's just like this kind of circular thing that kind of branches off to every world or whatever. Just like once you walk in through that little gate that you have, like for each different area, you're like transported to that area.
Right.
Like in the Nintendo world, you walk through this warp pipe, and that's kind of how Mario gets around. And so you go through this warp pipe, and then you walk out, and you walk out of the castle, and you're so entwined in that world, and you just feel like you're in there and part of that world, and it's just an amazing thing, and it was very exciting to see.
Yeah, they do a really good job. Like, you really can't see into the specific land until, as Jonathan says, you go through the little portal action. And it was that way for all of them. And so you think okay, there's the tower for Mario. Let's go check that out. But it truly is completely immersive. As soon as you walk through there and you come out on the other side, you're opened up and it's just like, wow. And, we've highlighted Toy Story Land and Disney World as being kind of the big king with that, as well as Star Wars. I would put this right up there with it. I just could not believe everywhere you looked, there was just something else to see. And yes, it was new. I really wasn't completely prepared to see all that. That was part of why I wanted to go, but I definitely wasn't disappointed in any of it. But we started the day, Carter, we started in Harry Potter. We knew that was going to be the big ride of rides, the Ministry of Defense. And so we made a beeline at Rope Drop to go back to the right-hand corner to where Harry Potter Land was. Jonathan, put in perspective for us as far as where it is in the story. And it's not really the town.
It's not Hogwarts or like Hogsmeade, so it's not the most known area, but it's like London where the wizards work at, and so that's where the Ministry is, and that's where they work at, and so you're kind of transported to that area to where they work at, not necessarily like where they go to school or anything, but it's like later on in life, kind of where the older wizards go to work.
Anybody that's been to Epic, you're going to laugh at us on this one. But when we got in line to the back section, you're going to know what I'm talking about, to the very back section where there's like these two giant pods of people, and you're meandering through all the little different lines, and you're thinking, okay, this isn't bad. And you can kind of see where it leads into the first little tunnel, and you're thinking, okay, that's where we got to get to. Au contraire, mon frere, not to be. That was the first, I'm going to say, hour that we were in line. I think it took us just a little bit less than an hour to get through that section.
What did the wait time say? Was it 120?
Something like that.
Yeah, it was
90,
around
120,
90, something close to that.
So we're feeling good about it. And we get to the very first portal section where you walk through the green smoke, and we're thinking we're there. Mm-hmm. Not to be. We walk into this whole other inside the Ministry of Defense, which was incredibly done. You were inside that, again, completely immersive. You were surrounded with all the aspects of the Ministry of Defense. It was incredible, Jonathan. Being a Harry Potter fan, what'd you think?
Well, it was amazing. Like, first we walked outside since the line was so long, and then once we got through that, you go one at a time, like with your group, through the flue powder, and then it burst up in like green smoke, and it's really cool. I think y'all uploaded a video of us going through.
We did.
And so you walk through there. As soon as you walk through that gate, it's just like amazing how just detailed everything is. Got the banners that are like interactive, just like the offices that you see. Like, you don't see anybody working in there, but like just how detailed each office is, and how there's a statue in the back that you can see, several statues. It's just like you're there, right, like in the flesh in Harry Potter, what you see in the movies, like you're there, and it's just amazing.
Chris, not being a Harry Potter fan, knowing nothing about the movies or the books, what did you think?
I would say this, when we walked into that big room, whatever it was, that for me redeemed the horribleness of Universal Studios when we went. Like, I just remember thinking like Universal Studios was old, run down. When I walked into that room, it was just, and again, I can't even imagine how wonderful it is for somebody who knows what they're looking at and knows Harry Potter and things of that nature, but it was literally breathtaking. You can't, I know we took videos of it, but like, I don't know that there's a way to properly relay what you saw without like being there.
Right. That was another hour of us being in that little section, and you
Lots
can kind of
fun.
see far away where we're going. And we finally get to that point. We're thinking, all right, we made it. Au contraire, mon frere, not to be. There was a completely another section with another section. We kept turning these corners and thinking, okay, that's it. We're almost there. And you can kind of hear some mechanics of some of the machinery that you're thinking is part of the rides.
It is not.
Au contraire, mon frere,
frere.
not to be. And so another hour, guys. I'm just going to speed this along. We were in line for 3 hours to ride this ride. We finally get there. The seating area I would compare a lot to what you said on Tower of Terror. It's kind of like this open bench area.
Yeah.
But
Two rows.
But it's individual seats, and you put your seatbelt on. I don't really know how to explain this other than you take off up in the air.
You know what it kind of reminded me of? It's like being like Peter Pan when you go and all of a sudden it picks you up from the top instead of you being on a track in the bottom. Does that make sense?
What was the storyline aspect of the ride, Jonathan, as it relates to the movies?
So it's not really related to the movies or anything, but this evil witch lady breaks out of jail, and she's kind of going throughout the ministry, and there's these things called time turners, which are kind of like time machines in a sense. And she tried to use one, and it messed up, and then there were a bunch in that room, and so they all kind of exploded. We kind of went into this like weird dimension-esque area where like things were going crazy because she messed up with it. Before that, we're going throughout the ministry trying to find her, and then we find her, and then that happens. We have to use like our magic or whatever to try and fix it. They catch her, and then she goes back to jail.
Yeah, as far as the actual ride itself, I don't know how to explain it other than to tell you it's completely like you're surrounded and you're flying. Technically, we may have been 6 inches off the ground. We may have been 60 feet off the ground. I have no idea. And I think that's part of the magic of the ride. You really had no clue. And so you're floating around and you're flying into all these scenes, forwards and backwards, left and right, up and down, every direction. It was really, really neat. And Carter, the only thing I can even remotely compare it to would be something like Rise of the Resistance, but this was even further.
When you were on that ride, unlike Soarin', if you look around, you see other people. I mean, you can, I always try my best to just stay focused, stay forward, and it kind of, heightens the experience a little bit. On this one, you saw nobody. I mean, the way they made you feel in that cart or whatever, it was you and that big rhino. Like, that's it. It was, I thought that was very interesting. I did like the way they did that. Like, you didn't see other people in their cars wherever they were.
Right.
You felt like you were the only car on the ride, and I know that's not the case.
Another thing is like it's mixed between practical and screens, and like at some points of the thing, I couldn't even tell if it was like screens or if it was like actually in front of me. Like the rhino she was talking about, at one point it was on the screen, and then another point it was like an actual animatronic in front of you. So you couldn't really tell if it was a screen or like real in front of you. So it was a really neat kind of mix between both.
Yep.
Super well done.
For the Big Mouse, I did enjoy it. I always had that feeling like we were about to drop at some point. And so I was very tensed up the whole time, not knowing where we were going. I would like to ride it again now that I know what it is. I think I would experience it totally different. Jonathan and Chrissy went back and rode it again. And
so later that night, we went back because I think the wait was like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it was like
So we looked at each other like, yep, let's go. So we stinking walked on, never stopped. We never stopped.
Right.
Now, it was a mile to get there in the queue, but we never stopped. We walked straight on. And we got to sit in the front row, which the last time we had sat on the back row. I didn't keep my eyes closed this time because, like you said, I mean, when you don't know what to expect, you kind of work myself up for the worst. So I kept my eyes open, and we sat on the front. And when I tell you it was a completely different experience, like, I don't know, it was just wild, don't you think?
Yeah, it was, especially sitting next to you kind of screaming.
Let me apologize to all those who were sitting in our car.
Yeah, something we've highlighted a lot on this podcast is the experience you gain riding a ride with the row. Jonathan, you rode a few rides with her, right?
Yeah, I did. There were some that
Tread lightly, Jonathan.
There were some that were more screams on than others, and we'll get into the How to Train Your Dragon one later, but that one was definitely a fun experience as well.
Ladies, will you please shut it?
So after Harry Potter, where'd y'all go?
We decided to go eat lunch, and so
did.
we went and ate the pizza place there, and it was pretty good.
It was good.
Kind of quick serve. Made quick work of that, and then we kind of went to the middle section where they had like their version of the carousel. It was very, very ethereal.
It was very neat.
Very neat. Yeah.
I wish we could have ridden it at night. Long line at night though, but I know why now because
And then we left there and went to Super Nintendo, and again we kind of highlighted that. Rode everything in there. Got to ride the Super Mario Kart World thing.
Yeah.
Jonathan liked it. Chrissy did not. She said there's a lot going on, and she's not a big Mario Kart fan. I think
just couldn't keep up. Like I just,
there's a lot going on.
Maybe you just have to be a lot younger.
Jen and I watched a video on that yesterday, and I got dizzy just watching the guy explaining it. Like it wasn't even a POV.
Yeah.
It was just like seeing like him in the ride, just looking around. Like
I finally kind of took those off because I know I was supposed to be killing somebody or something with my little steering wheel, but I couldn't figure it out because there was somebody in there with me. And so how are we playing? Anyway, it was way over my head, and I would probably ride it again. I wouldn't want to stand in line like I did for it again.
Yeah. Did y'all win or did Bowser win?
I'm sure I won. I don't know.
Well, for me, Bowser won when my ride.
Did he win every time?
I have no idea. I don't know if he wins every time, but
no,
I know
you can
I
win.
think they may have made a fool of us.
He won
Jonathan.
our ride.
I think he won
It
our
either
ride.
puts him on like the podium or puts Mario on the podium.
Yeah,
at
I
the
think it was
end.
Bowser for us. And look, I blame myself. It's fine. I was of no help.
What else do they have in Mario World or
Oh,
Nintendo
gosh.
World?
Yoshi's Adventure. Was
Yoshi's
it?
Wild Ride or something like
Yeah,
that.
Yoshi's. Which,
Let me tell you
Kinda
what
like-
Yoshi's Wild Ride was not. It was not wild. It
Pretty
was
tame?
It was pretty tame, pretty lame.
Underwhelming.
Very underwhelming.
I wouldn't
Did
say
you like
lame,
it?
but it was almost
Jonathan?
like People Mover, but just not. That's the closest thing you can compare it to is People Mover,
I agree
but
with
it's
that.
not nowhere near as long as People Mover. Or there's like this neat thing where you're trying to, as you're going on this ride, you're trying to find like Yoshi's eggs or whatever, and so you got to like click them as you find them. And so
But for what, Jonathan? We didn't win. We didn't keep score.
I just think for me, it's like you're going, like you go outside some and then you go inside a little area, but like it's just like seeing Mario Land or Nintendo Land from a different kind of point of view.
That's true. And you
It's
were
like
kinda high
I'll
up.
give you
ride.
that.
You were
That
kinda
was
high up.
true. We did, and I did enjoy that.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'd
Universal
stand
is-
in line again for
It's
it.
certainly more thrilly,
Yeah.
than,
Yes.
especially in Disney World. I think you have to have some things
Right.
for the tamer
Chrissies.
for the tamer guest. Some people aren't going to want to ride the Harry Potter thing y'all were just talking about, or
I don't
the
know why not.
more extreme rides. And so having something like that for them to do is probably
Well, and for younger kids as well. I mean,
and a character like Yoshi, like kids love Yoshi.
yeah. And if Becca Baby goes with us, that's something that he can ride. And I don't know a whole lot of other things that he would be able to ride at Universal.
And there were two other rides that I call them rides, interactive aspects where you can buy the power band thing and be interactive and jump around and break bricks and that kind of thing. We didn't participate in that because we were too old. Then we ventured to the back to experience the Donkey Kong. What's it called, Jonathan?
Minecart Madness or something
Minecart
like that.
Madness. Looked really awesome. I did not get to ride this. What were your thoughts on this one, guys, real quick?
Phenomenal. It's so good. Like, I can't even explain it. It was so good.
It really was, and it was an amazing ride. It was awesome.
Chrissy even compared it to Slinky Dog Dash. And y'all know how much she loves Slinky Dog Dash. After this, it's kind of turning dark, Carter. So we made our way back to Dark Universe. Had a couple roller coasters back there. Jonathan rode both of those. We did not participate in that. Chris and I, we're not roller coaster people. Jonathan, real quick, what'd you think about those?
There's a Frankenstein ride. Not a big fan of it. Probably won't do it again if I go next time. I just did it just to say I did it. The Werewolf ride, it was fun, but I would do it again. But definitely, Dark Universe is probably my least favorite part of Epic.
Yeah.
It
And
was
we were
very
back
dark.
there. We were back there at night. I think
Right.
that definitely added
Yeah.
to it. But I did like the interactive things in there with people telling stories and
We saw Frankenstein.
yeah,
and
we
his
saw
wife.
Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein taking pictures with. They were
Sounds
back
like y'all
there.
had a lot of ride experiences. I think that's something that Universe has over Disney's the more focus on rides and thrilly rides specifically. So I'd like to do a blind ranking. So we have 5 rides. Number 1, the Mario Kart ride.
You can
I'm
go.
gonna go. I'm gonna go 4.
I'm gonna go 4 as well. It was a great ride. but
Really?
I'm saving for another one,
Okay.
but I'm hoping something else is on there.
Okay. Next up, one you guys haven't talked about. I'm pretty sure y'all rode this. The Dragon Racers Rally of How to Train Your Dragon.
I think that is a fly one, so I'm gonna put that at 5. That was not my favorite, but
Yeah, I'll put it at 5.
Next up, Harry Potter Battle at the Ministry.
easy one for me.
Okay, what?
I'll put it at 1.
Oh, over Donkey Kong.
I'm gonna put it over Donkey Kong
How
Okay,
do you know
I'm
Donkey
gonna.
Kong's on here.
because it might not be on there.
I'm just gonna have to play. I'm just gonna have to play my cards. I'm gonna put it at number 2, and it's not because it's not worthy of number 1, because it is. It was wonderful.
Okay. Next up, Donkey Kong.
There she goes.
I'm
Mom's
happy.
putting that at 5. Where are you putting that, John?
I'm putting it
No.
at 2. I'm happy with that. I think as a Harry Potter fan, I enjoyed Harry Potter a lot. She didn't enjoy it as much as I did because she's not a Harry Potter
You don't
fan.
know my life. You do not know my life.
I'm just saying, like, I enjoyed it
know,
more
I
because
know.
I know like the storyline and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I love
Well,
Donkey
we were in
Kong
line
too.
for 3 hours. We should have watched it.
Yeah.
Could have read a book.
No, none of that. No.
Last one here. Hiccups Wing Gliders.
Oh, gracious, stay in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I just would like everybody to know I died 3 times on that ride, and Jonathan laughed at me
Jonathan
the whole
got
time.
the full scream experience from
That was a
right?
very different scream than having fun scream. That was
Here's
a
the,
very different scream.
Here's the funny part of that. I had gotten separated from them at this point, and they went ahead of me into the How to Train Your Dragon world, and I couldn't find them. They weren't answering their phone. I couldn't find them, and I'm literally walking around the kind of a circle area around the little lake area. And Carter, I remember thinking to myself, I don't know how I'm going to find them. And a split second later, I hear this blood curdling scream.
in
I
the
knew
distance.
I knew exactly who it was, and I knew exactly where she was because she zoomed right by me. They dipped into the little water thing, and I was like, "Well, there they are. They're getting on the ride."
Oh my gosh. I just prayed it would end soon. That was, and I really feel like I'd done my research on it. Like, I have a process when I ride something new. I'll look at the POVs on YouTube. You know, I'll Google it. Is this a kid-friendly ride? Because, you know, if they say if it's kid-friendly, then you're safe. The people of the interwebs let me down, because when I tell you that was intense and I died 3 times, it may have been 4. It was terrible. Jonathan liked it, though.
I did. I really enjoyed that ride.
The whole How to Train Your Dragon world was, again, completely immersive. It was so well done. The music, it had a lot of rides back there. Again, a good balance of stuff for kids. Had a couple of restaurants in there. I thought it was so well done.
And Jonathan and I were talking a little bit earlier. I thought it was so odd that there were so few people in that. Like, he said he thought less than 50, which I didn't think it was near 50. Like, we didn't see anybody in that area.
Yeah, it was small enough that I heard you drive by.
I will say for Hiccups ride, especially with like the music playing, if you've ever heard the How to Train Your Dragon theme, it plays as you kind of go on that ride. And so I rode it twice. The first time I didn't hear the music because of the screaming. Second time.
So hateful. Oh my gracious.
Second time I rode by myself, and you just hear the music and you feel like you're in that kind of universe. And the music is so beautiful and so amazing to go along with the ride. You just feel like you're in that area and you're just kind of riding a dragon.
So basically, the first time you ride it, you didn't have that feeling.
Yeah, well, it was an amazing ride the first ride, but second ride you just feel kind of you're there.
With riding with me the first time, gave you even more of appreciation for riding by yourself.
It
You
did.
are welcome, Jonathan Donnell.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so run your blind ranking down, Chris.
Okay, so my number 1 was Donkey Kong, hands down. Number 2, Harry Potter, very close to number 1. Number 3 was the Racers.
Hiccups.
Was the Racers. Number 4, Mario Kart. And number 5, Hiccups. Because I don't know if I mentioned this or not. I died 3 times.
All right, Jonathan, yours?
If you mention it one more time, you'll have mentioned as many times as you died.
I died 3 times.
There we go.
There we go.
Jonathan, give yours.
All right, mine was Harry Potter as number 1, Donkey Kong number 2, Hiccups number 3, Mario Kart, Bowser Battle number 4, and then Dragon Racers is 5.
Great.
Hiccups
Very
with
cool.
Chrissy or without Chrissy is number 3.
Both.
Oh, okay.
Smart man.
Uh-huh.
Before we wrap up Epic Universe, on a scale of 1 to 10 overall, what would you rank it?
I think, as Chrissy mentioned earlier, it's not that we had a bad time the first time. It just wasn't what we thought it was going to be. So to see this aspect of Epic completely redeemed it for me. I'm going to give it a good 7, Carter, because I know there's room to grow there, but it was new. It was clean. It was well presented. The immersion, as Jonathan mentioned earlier, just walking through those portals and being opened up into this complete encompassing world, I thought was wonderfully done. I do have some issues with Epic, or Universal overall, that we'll discuss at a later point. But for this day, I'll let them have the win, and I'll give them a 7. Jonathan?
I'm going to have to go 8.5.
Ooh.
It was such an amazing thing, especially for me because I'm a Mario fan and a Harry Potter fan. So, and How to Train Your Dragon, especially since you get to go in those areas and just experiencing that for the first time was such an amazing thing to experience. So, 8.5 for me.
Okay. I was going to give it an 8. I was very impressed. Was not really expecting to be very impressed, but I was very impressed. And so much so that I want to go back again. So I give it an 8.
Very cool. So one of your gripes last time was with Universal was that it just wasn't very maintained very well. Do you think once the newness wears off that it'll be similar, or do you think they're going to be able to maintain this better?
That's my fear, because a lot of the things that contributed to that thought when we went the first time, I would say hold true even at Epic. You have to look for a cast member. You had to look for those people.
Yep.
The general people walking around doing trash or, just serving or helping guide, I just did not see a whole lot of that. And I'm not saying they weren't there. I just didn't see it a whole lot. Also, side note, we were there at Christmas time. I don't remember a single Christmas decoration that I saw other than some music playing. And so, again, is that why I went? No, it's not. But I still thought we would have more of a Christmas presence there.
Jonathan's pulling up his pictures right now. He's finna smack you in the face with something.
I think he's right, though.
Well, and to that point, I thought it odd when we stood in line for 3 hours for Harry Potter. We did not see one Universal employee, with the exception of the man that was selling water when we first walked into that huge room.
Yep.
I just thought it was so odd. Like at Walt Disney World, I mean, you're not there, especially in the line queue and such. Like, I know they're not necessarily everywhere, but like that was a lot of people in a smaller type space. And it was just odd to me that if you needed help or if you needed anything, you were pretty much on your own.
Yeah.
So,
and if you needed to go to the bathroom while waiting 3 hours for Harry Potter,
Out
I
of
don't know
luck.
what you do.
there was no bathroom at all in that entire building. Like, you had to go all the way out.
Or if it was, we didn't see it.
No, there wasn't, because I Googled it. You had to go all the way out of that, all the way almost to the beginning of
Portal.
to find a bathroom, which I thought was insane. Like, you're going to have people in line for 3 hours and you're not going to give them a quick go to the bathroom so I can come back and get in line with my people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was weird.
Well, there's your Mouse House review of Epic Universe.
I have so much more to say, but we'll have to get to it later. I've got a lot to say.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
We've heard some Epcot. We've heard some Epic Universe. Mom, you gotta wait for us to tie this all together.
I do. I came up with a game called Theme Park Throwdown, Epcot versus Epic.
That just happens to be the 2 parks that we did.
Isn't that a coincidence?
What a queen.
Hi, Swanee. Basically, what this is, it's going to be a quick fire round between you and Jonathan. You'll both get to answer each time. Every time I say a statement, you've got to say whether Disney did it better or Epic did it better. Okay. So, for this, we're going to do Epcot just to make it as fair as we can, because we're not judging all of Universal. We're just judging the one park. So we'll just do the Epcot because that's where we went.
Jonathan, just before we start this, which of the Disney parks would you compare Epic to?
Probably Hollywood, since
Really?
it has so many different like franchises, like Star Wars, like Harry Potter, similar like that.
All right, fair enough.
I think I've got 4 categories, and each category has 4 statements. Okay. So I'm going to give you the general idea of the category, read the statement, and I'm going to give points to Epic and Epcot. Okay. Overall attractions, better overall ride lineup, Epic or Epcot?
I got to go Epic on that one.
I'm gonna go with Epic as well.
Okay.
Maybe I'm a prisoner of the moment, but
Yeah.
I think top line rides, I would go with Epcot.
Yeah.
Epic.
More innovative ride systems, Epcot or Epic?
I'll go to Epcot on this one just because I feel like there's more of a diversity in the different ride technologies that they have, such as Soarin', such as Test Track, such as Guardian, such as some of the water aspects that are in Epcot. So I'm going to give a nod to Disney on that one.
Okay. Jonathan?
I think I'm gonna go with Epic again as well, just because
I feel a traitor in
you
our
go
presence.
from you go from Dragon Racers, which you get picked up and you kind of go throughout the sky, to like the Harry Potter style ride, to even Frankenstein. Those are all several different kind of ride designs, and even Mario, you have like a simulator-esque ride. So I'm gonna give it to Epcot.
Fair enough.
Or not Epcot, Epic.
No judgment. Well, yes, there is. Never mind. Okay, never mind. Better queue experiences.
Disney, hands down. With the exception of Harry Potter, Ministry of Defense, going through that queue, I think it's Disney all day long.
Okay, Jonathan?
I'm gonna agree with you there, especially the Guardians. Last time we went, we bought our Guardians ticket, so I didn't get to go to the queue.
Gotcha.
But these 2 times I went and rode it this time, I got to experience the queue, and it was just amazing seeing the different things there. So I'll give the nod to Epcot.
Okay.
Okay, and last one in overall attractions. More, how did they do that? Emotions.
I'll go Epic, just because it's something I didn't experience, and maybe because I already experienced Epcot, I didn't know what was going to happen in Epic, because I didn't really kind of watch videos and stuff, because I kind of wanted to be surprised.
Right.
So Epic for me was kind of more like, whoa, how do they do that?
Sure. Yeah, still, I'm going to go with that just because I still don't know how they did the Ministry of Defense ride.
Epic.
Yep.
You going Epic?
Epic as well.
Okay, moving on. The next topic is theming and immersion. Stronger land-to-land immersion overall.
Gosh, this is getting brutal. But I got to go Epic, because really, it just is. You have no doubt when you go through those portals where you are. Even I didn't like Dark Universe, but there was no doubt that you were in a horror scene, with all the darkness and just the music. And we've already talked about Mario Land. We've talked about the dragon. I mean, so it's got, and Harry Potter's just a layup anyway. So I got to give it to Epic.
Okay, Jonathan?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Epic as well. Just tagging along what he said. Just, you know where you are once you walk through that gate, and it's no doubt that you're there.
Yeah. So for this one, I thought Magic Kingdom may have been the Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios may have been the competition for Epic in this
Yeah,
in that
with
realm. So next, more cohesive park layout.
This is tough just because we had never done Epic before, and I feel like we know Disney like the back of our hand. I know every little shortcut to get around. That being said, for the first time being at Epic, the hub system that they had, I thought was great. It didn't take long to figure out where you were, and so mostly by the big towers with the symbols of that specific land. So it didn't take you long to look around and figure out where you needed to be. I'm still going to give it to Disney, but kudos to Epic on that one.
I'm gonna have to give it to Disney as well, just because all other than World Showcase and the front of the park, like you know how to get around World Showcase, and it's just country after country, so it's pretty self-explanatory how to get around there.
It's all a big circle, basically. Better nighttime atmosphere.
Not even close. Disney. And again, maybe this was a fluke thing. I feel like once the sun went down, I feel like people left Epic.
Yeah, I don't
And
think they monopolize well on what they have at
I know
nighttime.
they have their little nighttime show, but it didn't seem like there was a lot of pub about it. I don't know if it was fireworks.
Well, there
I
was
don't know if
nobody
it was
waiting
music.
on it. Like,
You know, they had the little water pool thing in the middle. And
but I don't know that because we left after the park closed, and there was nothing happening or
Yeah.
going on. So I don't even know if they did that.
So for me, I'm gonna have to go Epic there because after it hit nighttime, there was nobody there. We just jumped on every ride, and it was almost no wait for any ride.
It's very
Very
weird.
surprising.
Last one in theming and immersion: more environmental storytelling without needing a ride.
Yeah, gotta go Epic. I mean, it was enough to walk through Mario World and not ride anything, and just to take it all in, really. And I think you could say the same thing about Harry Potter. Just walking around that downtown London thing. I didn't ride anything in How to Train Your Dragon, but I still loved it. And Dark Universe, even though I'm not a fan, same thing. I mean, it was completely immersive. So I'm gonna go with Epic on that.
I'm gonna go against you here, not because I don't agree, but I'm gonna go with Disney here because just walking through every country, like you can tell you're in that country.
Okay.
And like just from, especially in Canada, like when we went Les Celliers, you like know that each country is that. And like with Mexico and Three Caballeros, you walk in there and you know that you're in Mexico.
Okay.
Next category: food and park logistics. You know your girl's a logistic girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Better themed dining experiences.
I'll let you go first.
I'm gonna have to go Disney. I didn't see very many just dining places in Epic. There was one in Harry Potter, which we didn't eat at, but we ate at Les Celliers and it was really good. So I'm gonna have to go with Disney here.
Yeah, not even close. Disney all day long, logistics wise and food wise, it wasn't even close. You don't have to look for food in Disney World. You have to look for food in Epic.
yeah.
You really do. And just the little pop up, hey, let me grab some popcorn. Hey, let me grab an ice cream cone. I'm not saying it's not there,
They
but
were all very tucked
you
away.
had
though.
to find
Yeah.
you had to find them. And so maybe that's part of their design. Maybe they don't want a lot of trash out. I don't know, but
because they ain't
Disney-
got nobody there to pick it up.
Disney hands down.
Oh, and let me just say, while I'm at it, let me write a stern letter to Universal real quick. No trash cans. Very, very few trash cans. I had to go a searching for them.
Walt would be dismayed at that. Carter, what's the distance?
30 feet.
30 feet.
Disgusting.
right.
Universal.
I'm trash.
Better strategy for skipping lines. And when I mean skipping lines, you know, it's talking about Express Pass versus
Yeah.
Fast Pass.
It's more realistic for Disney. Even though you pay a lot of money for the ticket, the upcharge to get the Lightning Lane Pass is not near the cost of a ticket. Epic or Universal, it is. It's just as expensive to get
Yeah.
on the Express Pass. And there's some other benefits to it. I'm not debating that, but it's just as expensive as a ticket. And so we did not elect to do that. We elected to spend our money elsewhere, but just as far as ease of use and that kind of thing, Disney, hands down.
Yeah, I agree. Disney as well, especially with the tickets or the Express Pass being just as much as the tickets is kind of crazy compared to Lightning Lane prices to the ticket. So
Yeah. And I would say probably the Express Pass was easier, but more expensive. Disney's Fast Pass is more, you have to know what you're doing, but it's way less expensive.
Right.
So, which park is easier to do right, do everything you want to without over planning?
I think I'll go Epic just because I think it's smaller. There's less to do, and so I think that's more obtainable to do than say in Epcot. You're going to spend all day. If you want to do everything in Epcot, you can get it done, but it's going to take you the majority of your day. In Epic, it just wasn't that way. I feel like we kind of took our time and we spent 3 hours on one ride, and I still felt like we were able to do everything and still look around. It's like, hey, you want to do anything else?
Yeah.
yeah, I think I'm gonna go Epic as well because even though we waited 3 hours for Harry Potter, I think if we would have started at lunch, we could have got everything done by the end of the day, and it wasn't going to be a problem at all. We could have ride some rides several times if we wanted to.
I think another benefit about Epic is kind of like you and I, Jonathan. We were on our way to Donkey Kong, saw the wait for Harry Potter. So we just scooted across, rode Harry Potter, then scooted right back across and rode Donkey Kong. Well, if you're at Remy and you see the wait at Guardians is, you know, there's no scooting over there. Like you actually have to plan your stuff out. So you're not, you would spend all your day walking at Epcot. Last one. Which park gives more for the ticket price alone?
Disney. If I didn't ride anything, I'd have fun in Disney World. If I didn't ride anything in Epic, I don't think I would have near as much fun. There wasn't as much, just the casual things of hanging out and seeing things, entertainment value-wise, that didn't exist to me in Epic. So,
yeah, I'm going to agree and go Disney here, especially since the Journey of Moana's there. You don't have to get a lightning lane for that. You can just walk through. That's something you can do.
Great point.
No extra cost other than the park ticket, and then countries as well. It's a neat experience.
I'm very proud to say that everybody is still invited back to the Big Mouse House. Epcot won that competition.
Very good.
Good job, Epcot.
Good job.
All right, you've waited long enough. It's time.
Is
What kind of music
For
do I
the
cue
storm.
here?
Bum, bum, bum.
to play. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. That's exactly what I was thinking.
So let me lay it down for you what Carter's talking about. We already alluded to the fact that it started raining on us. And we've already alluded to the fact that I had a scooter to help with my knee situation because 2 days after we got back, I had knee replacement surgery. Now, I also shared with you that we had a lot of stuff from when we went shopping. And so it's getting close. The rain is coming down harder, and the forecast showed that it was going to be even more coming. When we finally gave up at the candlelight processional of just sitting in the cold rain, it was time to go. Jonathan was at the front of the park riding Guardians. Mrs. Mouse and I were in the American Adventure Pavilion. We had placed our items in the back at Porter Entry in the locker room area. I was on the scooter. I was faster. I was more mobile. So I told Mrs. Mouse, I said, you walk to the front, go find Jonathan. I'm going to scoot back on the bike back to the locker area.
Jonathan, why does he call it a bike?
Carter, we don't know. We don't know.
Jonathan, you told me why he called it a bike.
What'd I say?
Well, I guess we'll have to talk about it after because I don't want to give it. I don't want to spoil it.
The rain is coming. And if you've ever been in Disney World or seen the videos, when it rains hard and fast, it's not a good thing because water pools up very quickly. I'm very determined. I'm cold. I'm wet. My feet are soaking wet. When I tell you I'm tearing through the World Showcase, I am wheeling through the World Showcase.
Wheeling, dealing.
I'm wheeling and weaving. And I'm pretty good about like negotiating. Okay, I can make that gap. I can see this group of people here. I can shoot that gap. And I can come back and I can shoot that gap. So I'm weaving through. And Carter, I'm coming through Morocco.
Of course you are. That's why you don't go to Morocco, people.
There was a it opened up. I was like, okay, this is great.
He thought he'd seen the
There
promised
was a
land.
great crowd of people.
How great
I'm
that
going to say
chasm.
probably 12 people on the left. There was one young man who was intoxicated standing on the right. I see both groups of people. I veer to the right. I'm telling you, I've got this thing wide open. I'm going as fast as it'll go. And I go to the right. All of a sudden, he goes to talk to the people all the way on the left, the big group of people. And when I tell you he steps in front of the bike, he stepped in front of the bike. I swerved to the left. I hit him. And then I swerved to the right to try to get my balance back. And when I tell you, the bike gave way, and I flipped the bike.
McQueen's fading.
I flipped the bike. I'm laid out on the ground. And all I hear is all these people going, oh my God. And I'm mortified, obviously, because I'm laid out. It's in a puddle of water. I had a few of the presents that were in the little basket on the scooter. They went sprawling. The basket itself comes off the bike, goes a distance. I'm laid out, and the bike Not only did it flip, Carter, it flipped on top of me. So I am pinned in a puddle of water with the bike on top of me. Well, of course, people descend on me to help out, which thank you, whoever you are. If you ever listen to this and you find out that was you and you helped the big mouse, thank you very much.
Let us know who you are. We'll send you a sticker.
They pulled the bike off of me, stand it up, and then they start handing me pieces of the bike. Like, they're like, sir, are you okay? And look, the big mouse is the big mouse. And when I'm telling you I'm on my back at this point.
With no knee.
With one leg, basically, I can't get up on my own. I can't like grab onto something.
Were you rolling around?
No, I didn't roll around.
You just laid there?
And they're like, well, can we get you up? I'm like, yes, please. That'd be wonderful.
This was what the people heard when he fell and everything went sprawling about.
And so when I
gosh.
tell you, no joke, at this point, there's probably 20, 25 people around me. They pick me up, Carter, like with all their might, and they stand me
All their
up.
might.
And now I'm standing up.
No, wait, what did you tell us?
And
There
I'm
were
trying to-
4 on your left, you're 4 on your right.
Yeah, 4 on the
in
left, 4 on the right, 4 in the back. They're trying to they're all
Who are
trying to
those
be
lucky
good
ducks?
citizens. They're trying to be good citizens, what they're trying to do. Now I'm upright. I'm looking at the bike. I'm mortified because the bike looks wrecked. The guy
crashed.
hands me a piece of the basket, like, seriously, I don't know what you want to do with this. Another guy hands me the charger and this cable that I have no idea still where that came from. I get back on the bike. I turn the key. It fires up, and I take off.
He starts swerving and juking and jiving all
Like,
over.
did
could
you
not-
learn your lesson?
I could not escape quick enough. And like, I had a hoodie on. I had my rain jacket hood. I
Peeled
pulled
it
it
out.
down
Ride of
tight.
shame.
And I made it all the way back to the locker area. Thankfully, there was no one else back there. And it gave me a chance to kind of gather myself. And at this time, I decided I'm going to text Mrs. Mouse and tell her what happened.
So, Mom, what was happening in your world when this was going down?
So I, obviously, very unaware of what had just happened, because I would have wanted to go see that. Now that I know he's okay, I had tried to get in touch.
That's not true. You would have laughed either way.
I would have, but I'm very honest about that. So I was trying to get in touch with Jonathan. So I just assumed that he was probably at a point in the ride where he couldn't answer his phone. So I went on and went to the bathroom right there by Spaceship Earth before we made the trek out to where the Ubers picked up, because we hired a third-party company for his scooter just to make sure we had one. And so,
My bike.
Jonathan, why is he calling it a bike?
please, Jonathan, why does he
Because
call it a
he
bike?
swerved and flipped.
Is that why you call it a
No, he
bike?
told me he calls it a bike because it sounds less.
Oh, less like a scooter. And yeah.
Less old manish?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a scooter. It's not a bike.
Yeah,
Let me
it's a
have it.
Straight up scooter.
Meep, meep.
So, yeah, did you try your horn with the drunk guy?
I didn't.
Well,
Because you were going too fast. So
it's a speed
anyway,
limit in Disney World.
not what he was going, obviously. So I'm headed to the front. I knew the guy was going to be there. I was figuring
The drunk
Jamie.
guy?
No, the scooter guy, because we were meeting him. I was figuring Jamie wasn't going to be too far behind me because I knew he had to go to the back to get those presents, but he was on the scooter bike. And so I figured, we wouldn't be too far apart. And so I come out of the bathroom. Unbeknownst to me, I'd gotten a text, but leave the bathroom and I text your dad and I said, "Where are you?" And he says, "I'm up by where you rent the Disney scooters." I was like, "Oh, perfect." It was literally right around the corner. So still no clue. Walk up and he's like, "Oh my God. Oh, look at my jacket. Is there a rip in my jacket?" And I was like,
In the elbow of my jacket.
in the elbow of my jacket. I was like, I don't
Where he
see it.
skidded.
Where he skidded.
Where I
Again,
landed, where I
I
popped.
still don't know that any of this has happened. He doesn't lead with this, I guess because he had texted me.
Assumed
and so
you knew.
he assumed I knew. I'm like, no. I'm like, there's not, how would you have even gotten a rip in your jacket? And then he's like, look at the scooter or the bike. Make sure it doesn't have any scratches. And I was like, what have you been doing? He goes, you didn't read your text? And I was like, oh my gosh, no, I just got out of the bathroom. So he still hadn't told me. He gonna let me open this text and find out for my little self, okay? Here's what the text said. I crashed, period. Flipped to the bike. And then he says, cocky freaking drunk guy jumped out. Sorry. I'm spitting in your microphone. I'm so sorry.
Cocky freaking drunk guy jumped in front of me.
Cocky freaking drunk
Are
guy.
you drunk? Cocky freaking drunk guy.
Cocky freaking drunk guy jumped out and I swerved. there with him while I'm getting this news. And I'm like looking at him, and then like I look at my text message, and I was like, what happened? And he's like, I freaking flipped the bike. And I was like, first of all, I was like, what are you talking? Like, he keeps saying bike. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Not a bike.
The scooter. I freaking flipped the scooter. And then I start looking, and like the basket is hanging off. The charger is in the basket. We had not seen the charger up until now.
Nope.
I was like, Jamie, what happened? And it was absolutely hilarious. But I tried to keep it to myself because at this point, he was
I'm not
finding this.
laughing. No.
He's not. I am. So anyway, I'm like, oh my gosh. He's like, oh no, you remember what you asked me? Did you get insurance on this thing? You remember that? And I was like, no, I didn't get insurance on this thing. He was like, well, and then I read he flipped the bike, the scooter. And I was just like, oh my dear gracious, because I'm like, okay. I'm like, the scooter guy's texting me telling me he's out at the Uber drop off to pick up the scooter. I'm like, we've got to go. Like, this fool hauls tail out of EPCOT. Like he did. I mean, like he did not just flip the bike on top of himself. He takes off going 30 miles an hour on that daggum scooter. Here he goes. I mean, he did a little wheelie on his way out. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, he didn't learn his lesson very well.
Jonathan, what song on Guardians were you listening to when this was happening?
It was I Ran Away.
I ran.
Yeah.
I flipped.
Jonathan was saying something about the Uber ride home, which I don't really remember.
Yeah, so I'll tell my side of the story. So as they were going to the candlelight processional, I went to Three Caballeros. I rode that, and then it kind of started raining as soon as I got out of Three Caballeros. So I booked it to Guardians, and it was like a 90-minute wait, and I wasn't going to wait that long. So I went to like the little shop right there next door, and then shopped a little bit, then went to Guardians. As I'm getting in line for Guardians, it's a 60-minute wait. I'm in line, and I get a couple texts, and they're asking me how much longer I'm going to be in line, and I'm like, I'm almost to the pre-show. I should be out in a little bit. As soon as I get off Guardians, I kind of stopped texting at that point because I was about to get in the pre-show. I got back and like, we're at the Uber. We're about to leave, so come this way as soon as you get out. I'm like, why are we leaving so early? It's almost like 8:30, and there's still a couple hours left of the park. And like, I knew it was raining and all, but like,
there's been an incident.
So I made it to the Uber.
He crashed.
Yeah. I made it to the Uber. I see Mr. Jamie. His hair is like soaked. His hoodie's off. His hair's like almost kind of messed up like that. He was wearing a hat earlier, and the hat was not on anymore. So I get in the front seat of the Uber, and they're like, Mr. Jamie's like, well, I crashed.
Welp, I crashed.
Or something along those lines. I don't know, but I laughed the entire Uber ride back to the hotel. And then the rest of the trip, I just burst out in laughter in random times. Just thinking about it, it was hilarious.
We could have been staring at a cloud, and all of a sudden he would just start laughing, like belly laughing. We knew exactly what he was laughing at. If he laughed once, he laughed 1,000 times. He got the biggest kick out of that.
Well,
so
What it's all about.
That's right. We all did. Thank you for swerving.
Shout out
and
that drunk
crashing.
guy.
Fuck you, freaking drunk
If you're
guy.
listening, we'd love to have you on.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you know he was drunk?
Because it all happened. You know, it's one of those things where it happens so slow, but it happens so fast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you get air? Did you fly in the air, or
No.
you just?
I
The
hit
scooter
him.
landed on him.
I hit him, and then I swerved to the left to try to avoid him, but I hit him anyway.
Okay.
And then when I hit him, the bike kind of turned to the right, and I flipped over, and the bike comes down on top of me, like bam.
You know in Paul Blart at the beginning when he's on the Segway driving to work and he runs over the dog, kind of like a little speed bump. That's probably what it was like.
So, needless to say, it was quite memorable. Honestly, I'm thankful that nobody from Disney came running because if it hadn't been raining, I'm sure they would have been there because I promise you it would have turned into an ordeal because they're very safety conscious, and I get that and I respect it. But
I feel like we may have gotten some fast passes for it. or
there was
something.
nothing I wanted to do than just get out of there. And so I did that. And honestly, when I got to the lockers and I'm on my way back, I went back through Canada because I didn't want to come back the same way that I did.
He was scared. There he is. Everybody out of the way.
Get him! Pop his wheels!
So, all that to be said, The presents were safe. I'm holding.
Some of them had
everything's-
water damage.
Yeah. So some of those we had bought was pairs of shoes. People for Christmas got the shoes themselves. They did not get the boxes that they came in. Sorry about that. We when you hear this, you'll understand why I told you to listen to the podcast. You'd understand. But all in all, great trip. Definitely different. You know, we're gonna do another episode soon, highlighting the third day that we did, which was nothing but go around and see all the Christmas decorations, which was something we've always wanted to do as well. I don't think I changed a single thing other than just being on one leg. And now that I have my knee replaced, I can't wait to go back and tackle that. But
without your gimp knee,
Yeah.
we wouldn't have had the scooter.
that's true.
Bike.
But it was a great time. I'm so thankful that Jonathan got to come with us. So thankful that we got to celebrate our anniversary together, experience something new with Epic, and the Christmas stroll that we did. It was a wonderful time as always, and it just highlights again the different aspects of Disney that's so special that may not even cost anything. All that to be said, glad we went. Can't wait to go back with everybody else, and maybe before then. But until then, we'll rest on these memories, and they certainly were wonderful. So, Jonathan, thanks again for coming, bud. I hope you had a great time. I know you did.
I did. Thank y'all for letting me go with y'all. It was a great trip.
So that's going to wrap up episode 33 of the Big Mouse House. Again, thanks to Jonathan for coming in. Thanks for Carter for moderating this one. And thanks for listening to all the crazy stories and the fun stuff. And listening to us talk about Epic and Epcot and all the aspects of our trip that we took this December. Jonathan, any final thoughts?
No, not really. It was a great trip. Enjoyed going. Can't
Yep.
wait to go next time.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are you to go back with the OTN family?
12.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Boom, boom.
yeah.
We had a great time. So make sure that you subscribe, like, and share this episode with everybody. Thanks for being a part of it. We appreciate you so much. Feel free to email us anything that you want to talk about at tbmh25@gmail.com. We'll be back soon. And until then, thanks for coming in. See you real soon. And remember, there's always room for one more
In the Big Mouse House, where we live in a dream. Thank you for joining the Big Mouse House, and we just thank you.
Until next time. Oh, shoot.
Wait, before we do it, is it in the Big Mouse House, at the Big Mouse House, on the Big Mouse House?
In the Big Mouse House.
Towards the Big Mouse House?
Big Mouse
In the
House.
Big Mouse House. In the.
And remember, there's always room for one.
Sorry, I just was a little early. I was ready. In the Big Mouse House. Ready, go.
All right, Carter, take it away.
Oh, get ready. Here we go. It's
Dad.
the Big Mouth Show.
Welcome back
Oh,
to
God. I wet myself.
Gross.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't.
Welcome back to the Big Mouse House. I am your host Carter, joined by
Wait. Slow your roll right there.
He sounds like a professional.
we're all hosts.
He's taking this away from
Wow.
We're all hosts.
you. You sounded great. I liked it.
The young prince takes over for the old lion.
Had to put the old line down. Reverend's in episode 1. Put him down.
Put him down. And you were on such a roll.
He was threatened.
He was. I saw it in his eyeballs. You may sing the song again?
Yeah.
Oh, get ready. Here we go. I forgot it.
Welcome to the fun.
It's the Big Mouth Show. Jamie, Carter, Jonathan, Chrissy. Here we are. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, get ready. Here we go. Yeah.